The race is being stopped because of rain. So, Ned, we may have this situation playing out here. Jimmy Spencer may have won his first Winston Cup race. Now, they're not going to postpone this race or call it off for a while, so don't go away. We could resume the action here, but for the moment, Jimmy Spencer leading this event, and the red flag coming out because of rain.
Yeah, I think it would have to rain for a couple of hours before NASCAR would call it off. They'll just wait to see if this cloud moves over, and I should say cloud. There are clouds in the sky, and see if it moves over and the rain stops, and see if they can get it restarted.
For the most part, the fans are staying in their seat. John Kernan is making his way to the NASCAR trailer where the NASCAR radar is located, so maybe he can have a report here in a few moments as to how extensive this rain delay may be. For the moment, however, we are under red. The rain has been stopped. The race has been stopped because of rain.
About 6 o'clock. You remember what year that was?
It was when Tim Richmond won. It was in '86, I think.
Well, people leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Spencer's saying, come on, guys, yeah. This thing needs to be. Okay. Okay. We are back at Pocono International Raceway, where the event has been stopped because of rain. Now, coming up after our coverage of this event, we'll be going to Newport, Rhode Island for ESPN's coverage of the Davis Cup Tennis. That's right after this event is over here at Pocono. And then tonight at 8 o'clock, most of you will see the Pittsburgh at San Francisco game from the Stick in San Francisco. That's at 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern Time, live here on ESPN. But for those of you in the New York City area, available to you will be the Yankees and the Rangers. So all kinds of baseball activity coming up tonight. Sunday night baseball here on ESPN.
Well, the safety vehicles have been put out on the racetrack to have as much of a drying effect as they can, as the cars have been brought in on pit road. You can see the safety vehicles there now coming around, and the rain, as you said, is still not falling hard, but too much to race.
No, the track I would not consider to be very wet at this point, and if it doesn't rain anymore in the next few minutes, it's going to be okay, but we don't know. Let's go to Jerry Punch, who is with Ernie Irvan.
Well, the drivers have climbed out of the cars, and Ernie Irvan was kind enough to stop by for a moment in this little rain shower and talk. And Ernie, the car looked to be running pretty well early on, but there was a big shunt down in turn one. A couple, 3 cars got together. You were involved. What happened early in the race down there? Well, that's your buddy Earnhardt patting you on the head. I think he was one of the guys involved.
It really, turn one wasn't so bad. It was turn 3 that was the bad one. But now we're just all racing hard. You know, our car's handling real good. Kodak car is, and you know, I really couldn't ask for it to handle a little better. We made a chassis adjustment this time, first time we've done one all day, and we think we can just, you know, run a little faster now. We're running just about as fast as anybody, but we think we can pick the speed up a little now.
Harry Gant seems awfully strong out there. You know, is he just getting off the corners that well, or does he think it's just the gearing he's got in the car and he's able to pull people off one?
Well, I don't know. You know, my car is geared real high because we didn't want to take a chance of blowing it up. So we're giving up a little there, but I've been real tight. So I think if I get loosened up, you know, anytime I'm in front of Harry, I can outrun him. But if he's in front of me, he runs a little quicker than I do. So, you know, I hope it comes down between me and Harry. I'd like to race him.
Ernie, we'll let you get out of the rain. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, thanks.
Ernie Irvin currently 6th on the field as they are under a red flag condition here at Pocono Raceway, and many of the drivers now scurrying for shelter. Bob?
Yeah, it's beginning to rain even harder. We can see it falling outside our broadcast booth now, and the track is beginning to turn that dark gray that indicates that it is becoming very, very wet. And you can see the raindrops on our camera lenses. The field is lined up along pit road waiting for a possible restart to this event. John Kernan is with Michael Waltrip.
Well, I tell you, all Michael and I needs a little shampoo down here. It feels like we're standing in a shower down here. It's coming down quite a bit. And Michael, you had some problems today, but did you get those squared away? Because it looked like you had started making your way up.
Yeah, this figures. When the day started, we just didn't handle right. And man, Bill Engel and all the guys on the crew worked overtime on those pit stops. We changed, made the rear spring stiffer, took wedge out, changed the sway bar around a little bit, messed with the floor. We did everything to make it better, and I think we had finally gotten it to where we could go. And then it starts raining, so I'm not surprised at all. This wasn't a very good day for the Pennzoil Pontiac, but hope I gave y'all some good pictures. Probably cloudy and you couldn't even look out of my camera.
I believe we got to see some. Now, this year is really, you've come on like gangbusters. You got your first pole. You won the Winston Open. I mean, you guys just seem to have some momentum rolling in your favor.
Yeah, and, you know, I told the guys just now we might not run much better than 16th or 17th today. You know, that's where we stayed most of the day, but I knew we were going to finish better than that. We'd gotten our stuff together, and we were headed toward the front, or at least part of the way up there, and then it starts to rain. So I like rain. You know, it's a necessity. Jimmy Spencer lives up the road. If I have to finish 17th or 18th, I hope he's the one that wins.
Very gracious, Michael Waltrip. We'll let you get back to your truck and where it's dry.
Hi, Mom, and happy Father's Day, Pop.
Thank you, Michael. And now let's go to Jerry Punch.
Well, we caught up with both of the Hendrick Motorsports drivers, Ricky Rudd and Kenny Schrader, standing with us. And first, Kenny, your car running awfully well early on. Then you had a little bit of a problem with the ratchet in the rear end. Has that ever happened before?
Well, the jack bolt just started jacking itself up, and just the car kept getting tighter and tighter, the right rear jack bolt. So we finally got it locked up. But we sure don't need this rain right now. We're back to 13th and don't have a 13th place car, but it's good for half our operation, that's for sure.
Well, let's check in with your buddy here now. Ricky, you guys came in and caught a couple of tires, but you didn't quite get back out because Jimmy's up there, Spencer.
Well, Jimmy elected to stay out and just stay on those scuffed tires, and, you know, the whole pack will reel him in pretty quickly if they throw the thing back to green. But you never know. He can win this race. You know, we're not a second-place car. Kenny's got a chance at a first-place car, and he's back. I'm about a 10th-place car, and I've got a shot at finishing second. So you never know about this racing. But thought we were going to have fun early. Kenny and I went 1-2 there for a while until that first caution, and then he's been out front or something. I haven't seen him the rest of the day.
Now, Rick Hendrick has to be smiling the way these two cars have been running now. But just let me ask you about last week. You've been able to smile all week and put everything into perspective. I know it had to be a tough pill to swallow last week at Sonoma, but have you been able to digest the situation and just put it behind you and say, hey, that's history and nothing I can do about it?
Well, Jerry, really, like I say, it's not a whole lot at all we can do about it. My rear end's still a little bit sore from last week, but not a whole lot we can do about it. It's next week. This is Pocono. The Hendricks teams are doing great. I'm just tickled to death to be a part of them, and, you know, we're not going to let something like that get us down. I know Kenny's running good, got a chance at winning, and the season's still pretty long, so we got a lot of things to try to accomplish, and can't look back. You got to look ahead.
Indeed, Ricky Rudd looking ahead for a possible Winston Cup championship, and one of these guys may be able to look ahead later today to a win here at Pocono. And let's check in with a driver who thinks he's got a shot at winning, and he just might do that. He's standing by with John Kernan.
Well, I'm with Darrell Waltrip. I'm looking at your umbrella here, Darrell, and it kind of reminds me of years gone by. Is this any indication?
Vintage 81 here, 82. Matter of fact, I won the race here in both those years in that particular car. So, but the Western Auto Chevy's running awful good today, and you know, like I told you, there's only one guy here is hoping it keeps raining, and he's sitting up there in the lead right now. So, have to see what happens. We got an awful strong car, and I've been saving a little bit, and I want to get back out there and get after them.
You guys have had a pretty good day. You had some work in the pits, and you guys kept working at it, and you were running up front, and it's just an indication of where the team is now heading. You're at that level, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. We're a contender every week, and I have a great crew with Jeff and Doug and everybody working in the pit and on the car, and the cars are running fantastic. Hendrick Motorsports doing the engines. This is just a dream come true for me. I never thought that the team would perform the way it has, and I'm so proud of everybody, and they're doing a great job. And I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and tell Benny Parsons that we love you.
Bob?